Good morning, students. Yesterday we had discussed about the constitution. Today we are just going to discuss about the parliament, the Supreme Court, etc. Indian parliament consists of two houses. Lower house named Lok Sabha, upper house named Rajya Sabha. Or in English it is called House of People or Council of States. The members of the lower house are directly elected by the people through universal adult franchise. All the citizens have crossed the age of 18 years. Total membership of the house is 543. So 272 members should support a person to be the Prime Minister of India as a minimum. The term of Lok Sabha is 5 years. Before that also the house can be dissolved. Any member who is elected is called a member of parliament. He can resign the job or he can resign the membership, and sometimes he may be disqualified. The minimum age limit for a person to stand as a candidate is 25. No prescribed educational qualification is required. He should not be treated in mental hospitals, and he or she should not be declared as a pauper by the government of India. So the qualifications required for a person to be a candidate. And there should be no strong criminal cases against the person when he is contesting the elections. So that is the lower house. Upper house is known as Rajya Sabha. Maximum strength that is mentioned is 250, but present strength is 230. The members are elected by the MLAs of different states. The period of term or the term of the membership is 6 years. It is a permanent house. All the members would not lose the membership at a time. 2/3 of them retire on every 2 years. So when the 1/3 of them retire, next 1/3 will come inside. So it is rotation is going. Every time 2/3 will remain in the house when 2/3 is out, 1/3 is out. That is a system of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is presided over by the chairman, who is the Vice President of India, ex officio, by the grace of the office. Whoever is the chairman of whoever is Vice President of India is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. But we have to understand the difference. The term of chairman is 5 years, but the members are 6 years, because Vice President's term is 5 years. In Lok Sabha, house is controlled by the speaker. So now let us see what is the function of the house. Why two houses? These questions can come to your mind. Two houses because one house has taken a decision, it can go wrong. Next house can correct it. That is the reason. If everything goes on well, it's good, both houses can support each other. That is why two houses are. And age limit for Rajya Sabha membership is 30. And there is no maximum age limit for any elected post in India. So, first responsibility of the government of the parliament is to select the members of the national government, the ministers in the cabinet. So the ministers can be either of Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. A person can be made a minister without being a member of the house. But within 6 months, he has to become either member of Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. If he doesn't become, he has to resign the minister post. And those who don't come to the ruling party, we call them as opposition party members. We may think, what is the use of the opposition? Because the ruling party may go wrong in some decisions. It is a responsibility of the opposition parties to criticize the government and find fault with the government. Tell the government that you are doing wrong. This is not the way to be done. So we need a strong opposition in the parliament to have check on the government from doing wrong things. Because the power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. A famous statement is there. So Prime Minister is the leader of the majority in Lok Sabha. So that is the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha, 14 members, 12 members are nominated by the Speaker, by the President of India, who are in the excel in the field of art, literature, social services, science, etc. So 4 members each. That's what I told. 4 will join this year. After 2 years, again 4 will come. After 4th year, again 12 members will be there. On 6th year completed, the first 4 will go. Next 4 will be selected to Rajya Sabha. That is the position of Rajya Sabha. Then what is the work of the parliament concerned with the government? It is the responsibility of the parliament to control the executive. Because the Prime Minister will remain as a Prime Minister if the majority members support him in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha matter is immaterial. Lok Sabha. And the budget means annual estimate of income and expenditure. How much money government is going to get and how it is going to be spent. It will be presented to the parliament and parliament should approve, accept the proposal given by the finance minister. That's a budget. Should be approved by the parliament. And it is a responsibility of every minister to answer the questions of the members of the parliament. No minister can escape any question about the members of the parliament. It is their responsibility. So the questioning, controlling the activities of the parliament is done by the parliament. Then next one, the responsibility of the parliament is law making. Rules and regulations for the country should be made by the parliament. Sometimes opposition will agree with the laws to be passed, because when a law is needed and when they also understand it is necessary for the country, there will be no opposition in making the laws. They will support the government. But when sometimes opposition may feel the bill is not necessary or the law is not necessary, they will oppose. Now when we discuss about the agricultural farm laws, the opposition parties have objected it, telling that it was not good. But the government has taken a decision that law should be made. So it is left to the government to decide. Majority should rule. Majority has got the power to decide. But majority has to take into consideration the good viewpoints or good points of the minority. So that is about the parliament, lawmaking. So now we have got the 17th parliament at present. People who have voted for the parliament, first Lok Sabha elections, we had only 61% of people voted. Then people had did not feel much enthusiasm in voting. But the last Lok Sabha is the highest number of percent of people who have voted in the parliament elections, that is 67%, because literacy rate is going up, people are interested in governmental activities. So the last election is that is in 2019 election is the highest number of people participated in the election in the country. 17% of the people have participated in the elections. When a law is made, when no party is able to form the government, means no single party can form the government, MPs will join together and they form coalition. Different political parties will come together and form a government. That is known as a coalition government. Now presently the ruling coalition is called NDA, National Democratic Alliance. Before 2014 it was UPA, United Progressive Alliance, led by Congress in 2014. From 2014 onwards, it's a BJP-led coalition, National Democratic Alliance. Coalition is the alliance of different parties when one party is not able to have majority. But at present, BJP is able to have its own members, means more than 272 members. They are having more than 300. So that is about the formation of the governments. Now when law is made, a law is applicable to every citizen. So every member in the society should accept the rules and regulations that is made by the parliament. If we are unhappy with the laws passed by the parliament, it is the responsibility of the citizens. We can go to court. Court has the right to declare any law, if it is not found according to the constitution, illegal, null and void. That power is given to the court. That is why it is checks and balances between executive, judiciary and legislature. So court has got the power to declare any law passed by the parliament not acceptable. So now we will go to the judiciary. Judiciary, the highest judicial organ in India is known as Supreme Court. It is located in Delhi. There are 31 judges, presently 34. 34 judges are there, including a Chief Justice. And there are high courts in most of the states. And there are district courts, then sessions courts. So the judicial system is divided into it. So what is the work of the judiciary? To solve the problems, disputes resolution. Sometimes when you are sitting in the class, there will be a fight between you. The teacher comes and solves the problem, listens to both and gives a punishment or leaves free. So that is the judge there. So there is a court. Court is doing the same thing. Court will listen to the both and give the punishment if it is needed, or leave the person free. That is left to a court to decide after hearing all the. That is what is done by court. Judicial review. means any law that is passed by the parliament can be reviewed, rethought, reviewed. That is a review. Look at especially whether the law is according to the constitution, whether it is good for the people or anything damage to the social problems or social setup in the society. Everything is decided by the court. That is known as judicial review. The power of the judiciary, the court, to look into the rules and regulations made by the parliament and any actions of the executive. The ministers, if any of the ministers' actions are not in accordance with the constitution or not in accordance with the rules and regulations that are passed by the parliament, then also it becomes judicial review. Then fundamental rights. We know the Constitution of India has provided us fundamental rights, and the sixth fundamental rights, it tells that we have got the right to go to court. So it is the responsibility of the judiciary to provide our fundamental rights. But if the judges are under the control of executive or under the control of the parliament, they cannot give a free judgment because they will be afraid when you take a step. If a judge is feeling that if he is giving a punishment or he tells that the action of the government is wrong or the prime minister is wrong or the ministers are wrong, if the ministers can dismiss the judge, will be afraid to give any kind of judgment. That is why the constitution has given them a free hand to them. Independence of judiciary, we call it. A judge who is appointed cannot be removed from his post by the executive. Executive can do nothing to him. Even his salary cannot be reduced. He cannot be removed from his post. So he is free of the control of the executive. So the prime minister or the ministers, even if they feel angry with the judge, they cannot do anything on the judge. In the High Court judges and the Supreme Court, maximum they can do to a judge is the impeachment. That can be done by the parliament, not by the ministers. And that impeachment procedure should be passed by 2/3 majority, not simple majority. 2/3 majority means 66% of the members who are sitting in the parliament should agree that the judge has done a mistake and judge should be removed. So normal rules and regulations, it is a 50% plus 1. Here it is 2/3 majority. So 66% of the people should support any judge should be removed from this post. So impeachment. So independence of judiciary. So they are appointed by the executive on the recommendations of a collegium, means senior most judges select the judges and they are appointed by the executive. Once they are appointed by executive, the terms and even the salary, 1 rupee that is agreed to be given to a judge when he is appointed cannot be reduced, it can be increased. So such things are there, that is known as independent judiciary. So judiciary has got absolute power in normal rules and regulations in the country. That's a judiciary. Yes, anybody can go to court. Anybody can go to court. Any court for any kind of things. We have got 34 judges in the Supreme Court. Presently, I think 2 vacancies are there for judges. It may be filled up. High courts, there are so many vacancies of judges that will be filled up. So that is the high courts, district and subordinate courts. That's the judicial system in India. So thus the parliament and judiciary functions in India. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we will see what is the police duty and how the cases are coming to the court. Thank you very much.